Less than a lap from green in the start of the Pro2Call ARCA 200 here at Daytona International Speedway. A reminder that we have coverage tomorrow beginning at 10 o'clock. The NASCAR Winston Cup cars will be out for a practice session. And then at 1 o'clock, rejoin us on ESPN for the second round qualifying. All that tomorrow. A very important practice period tomorrow morning because a lot of drivers had poor qualifying speeds yesterday. They'll be looking for more speed tomorrow morning and then making the decision as to whether they will participate in second round Winston Cup qualifying. Before this ARCA race starts, let's go down to the pit area. Here's Bill Weber.
Well, Bob, early concern for the pole sitter, Kirk Shelmerdine. His car continues to smoke intermittently on the racetrack. He has been talked to by race officials. His crew chief has been in a discussion. His crew chief did tell me we're just going to stay out there, and we think it will clear itself up. They have no idea what the problem might be. They're hoping it goes away before the green flag or when the car gets up to full speed. Ray?
Bill, an awful lot of these cars are old Winston Cup cars. Now, the older, the better. A newer Winston Cup car took the frame rail and raised it up about an inch. That way, they could get the car to come much lower when they used aggressive shocks. But an older car has the frame rail about an inch lower. With the new rules that are in place with ARCA this year, the lower the better. You want the weight as low as you can get it. So an old, maybe 8 or 9 year old Winston Cup car could win this race today. Back up top.
And what will they win? Let's take a look at our race analysis for the Pro2Call 200. 80 laps, 200 miles here in the 2.5-mile tri-oval. $236,577 the purse, the pit window. 48 to 54 laps. They only got to go 80 laps so they get past the halfway point. It opens up for them so they could easily make it on one pit stop. And there's the race record. How about Lenny Pond back in 1976 at 153.224 miles per hour.
Lenny Pond, a former NASCAR Winston Cup Rookie of the Year.
Crowd on their feet, getting set for the start. And there's a little bit of smoke out of Kirk Shelmerdine's car, out of the exhaust pipes. And the ARCA officials will be watching that as we get set for the green flag. Glad to have you with us here at Daytona International Speedway. Couple of cars getting all the way down on the apron there at the very beginning of this race.
There's Mark Voigt down on the very bottom and a car on the apron of the racetrack already. Meanwhile, a battle for the lead. Bob Strait on the outside, 66. Kirk Shelmerdine in the 3 car.
3 cars, a Chevrolet Monte Carlo. The 66 car is a Ford Thunderbird. They are side by side exactly as they qualified. Last year's winner, Bobby Gerhardt, watches behind him in 3rd spot in the car number 5.
Caution flag is out.
ARCA flagman Hank Wetzel waving the yellow flag as they come down to complete the first lap. Obviously, officials are being told there may be something on the racetrack, so they will get them woed down, try to get them slowed a little bit so they don't run over any debris or oil. Somewhat of a confusing start, Kyle. Cars scattering everywhere.
Yeah, you know, a couple of guys got together right here before the start-finish line and kind of got out of shape, and then there was a car down on the apron as we went into turn 1 with the pack on the outside.
Bill Weber?
Well, to update Chad Chapin's problems, they say the car is stuck in 2nd gear. So they have the pit board out for him, waiting for him here on pit road. Very disappointing, strong qualifying run, but a weak start with the car stuck in 2nd gear.
The start that Jerry was talking about, the green car right in the middle. Watch as he has to slam on the brakes to avoid another car, and behind him, all kinds of evasive action.
That was Mike Voigt going down on the bottom of the racetrack on the apron. You heard Kyle mention trying to avoid running into the back of a car. As we have the first caution flag today coming out on the very first lap of the race as they scatter them 3 and 4 wide, but maybe a break for Chad Chapin as this car comes on the pit road. Back in a moment. Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway. I'm Jerry Punch along with Benny Parsons, Kyle Petty, Bill Weber, and Ray Dunlap bringing you live coverage of the inaugural or the initial ARCA event for the year 2000, opening up their season here at Daytona for the 37th consecutive year. We're under caution here. Caution coming out on the very first lap of the race due to oil and debris on the track. Take a look at what happened to Dill Whittemore.
This is the green car that I was talking about. He accelerates and oh my goodness, he runs. And listen, he got the car in neutral and revved it up. Did you hear that thing rev up, Kyle, when he got it in neutral?
I think he was in gear, snatching gears, and all of a sudden it takes off and it doesn't go anywhere, and then he revs it up and slams it in neutral. The 3-car smokes under caution, but on that first lap of the race, there didn't appear to be a lot of smoke coming out of it.
All right, we'll keep an eye on Kirk Shelverdine's car. Let's check into the pits once again with Bill Weber.
Okay, Chaffin's been in. What happened was that they said the car was actually in second gear, but the shifter was stuck in neutral. So obviously he couldn't get out of second gear, so they brought him in, went underneath the car. They think they've got the problem corrected. We'll all find out together.
So possibly a linkage problem with the shifter going into the transmission. Chad Chaffin, 31-year-old driver, making only his 3rd ever ARCA start, had qualified 3rd. Now he will start at the very back of the pack when we head back to green.